Hey ForexMilitia, this is Parsival, and I'm coming to you with the week of the November the 7th to November the 12th. There you go. Alright, and let's start with the news first. Alright, basically the news is going to be, it doesn't look like much, right? But we've got Powell speaking on Monday, and then Powell speaking again on Tuesday. I guess he's going to make a few remarks. We got the PPI going on, and the Bank of England also speaking on Monday and on Tuesday. Alright. The big news this week is the CPI on Wednesday, core CPI, month over month, and the unemployment for the Aussie. So you've got PPI, right? PPI, you've got CPI, and unemployment. So, of course, the remarks from Powell and from the Bank of England that's one of those things that you have to watch what they basically say. But you've also, I overlooked that the Bank of Canada is basically going to speak at 5:45. That's a little bit longer, and that's interesting. All right. So you've got a pretty. This is in comparison to this week that we just had, the week ending in like the 5th. This is pretty lame, pretty muted. I won't say lame. It's pretty low in consideration to what we had last week. This right here, that's pretty low. We had this was very impactful news, and you see what actually happened. Wait, let me go back. You see what happened this week. We had good on in the U.S. We had a good unemployment rate, good hirings and stuff like that. The CAD came in nice in Canada. The unemployment change wasn't so good. The pound basically they stood pat, I believe. FOMC stood pat, but they're tapering. And yeah, the rest is basically we had a spike in gold, which I will get to, and the pound. The pound was definitely it fell. It didn't spike, it fell because of this news on Thursday. Well, we'll get to that. All right, let's get to the charts. All right, starting out with the dollar. Weekly charts. We're just looking for an overall trend right now, not really looking for any real trade setups, but just looking for direction. All right. So, what we have here is something that I don't normally say. I am not a financial advisor. Take this trade at your own risk. I am basically just trying to give you some good information to look forward to within the week, so that you'll have hopefully you'll be one up on some of the other traders that are out there. So, all right. So here we are on the dollar, and it's trading above a support right now at 93.75. Like I said in prior outlooks, that this most likely is going to trade up to 97.50, so the dollar is most likely going to rally, most likely because of the taper and things of that nature. So right now I am bullish on the dollar. Dollar long, dollar strong, dollar long. All right, on the S&P 500. I'm looking for this to continue to be bullish. It reached a target that I had at 46.84. That target was hit, and my next target now is at what is this, at 87? Let me get a estimate at 48.25. So that is my next target at 48.25. Let's see if the market actually hits that. And as you can see on some of my other indicators, that this is crossing over on the QQE, and that is definitely going long. Going into gold, we had a rally in gold into this area right here, and I don't believe I'm also doing some other a different type of analysis with pivots, and this actually looks like, so I am using a little bit more information that I'm showing here on this chart, but it's basically saying that this is going to reverse because it's like this area right here is a retracement area, and the overall direction of gold is short, and that basically backs up my outlook on the dollar. If the dollar is going long and strong, then gold usually will fall. And so there you go. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also long. I have a bullish outlook on gold. I mean on Bitcoin, sorry. And I'm looking for it to hit two numbers. What happened? Oh, I see. Actually, two numbers. Here at 73.47, and then up here at 91.22. So I've got two targets right there higher. Okay, so sentiment though is short, as you can see over here. Oil I have going, I believe it's going to retrace. So I believe it's going to retrace to here at $74, and it's coming back, and it's going to, most likely what it is going to do, because you see this trend line here, it's going to test this trend line and this support. So most likely it might actually do this. It'll hit here, it'll wick here, and then it'll consolidate at this line over here. So that's just my suggestion. And as you can see, I said last week that there were 3 divergences. There's only 2. There's here and here, and coming off of, and as you can see with this divergence coming off of this resistance, it came all the way back down to 65, and the trend line, it bounced off the trend line. Look at this, did this big rally candle off of the trend line, and then it went up to 84. So I believe it's most likely going to do the same, come back to the trend line, and then bounce off of the trend line and continue further up, probably towards 100. On the loonie, we basically have seen something very nice here. It basically came back down to the 618. You have a crossing over of the super trend going short, and it traded through this support line. So from here, with all these perfect retracements, I believe, let's see. You do have this area of interest right here. You do have this area of interest right here. I want to block that off. Let's see. Okay. Do have this area right here. So what it could do is it could actually pull back into this area here, possibly touching the 50, and then continue further down. Okay, so I'm bearish on the loonie, and the sentiment is neutral. On the euro, the euro is going to be bearish. It's going to continue going down. You see what it did last week, right? It tapped, it hit this trend line here as resistance, and it fell, and now it's kind of consolidating down here at the 125 from this move here. Let's chart that, measure that, and once again it's at the 150 right now off of this move. So this is going to be support for a while before I guess it continues to travel down, probably to the 200 and 114. You have a confluence, a kind of confluence targeting right here at the 200 and at the 1.14. So that's short. Continuing to go short. This right here is the pound, and you have this. The sentiment is short, and my bias is also short. I have a position on from an EA that I have trading, just small, just a small gain, and I don't see. Let me see. I don't see anything that's going to really stick out here, so I'm just going to say my sentiment is, my bias is short, and my sentiment is short also. So sentiment bearish, bias short, sentiment bearish. Whew, that was hard to get through. All right, so let's go. Next is the pound yen. And the pound yen, I said last week, would most likely retrace to here, which is the 618 and the 100 moving average. All right, it actually broke through a trend line. So this is, I don't know how valid that this actually is right now. Let me see what I'm doing here. I do have to redraw it, so let me just go ahead and redraw this. And right, I was doing that as a trend line. So let's update that. And now look, it's all better. It's all better. We've got this all the way down here, and this most likely is going to retrace to the 618, and I believe it's going to bounce off and go long, going into within the next couple of weeks. The pound yen, so it's going to be bearish. I'll say bearish this week into the 618. but this is just a retracement, and in further weeks going forward, it'll probably go long. So bearish this week, bearish bias with a neutral sentiment. On the dollar yen, do I have to redraw anything? No. Okay. This right here is, it's going to consolidate. It's consolidating. My bias is looking for a retracement to this trend line here and this Fibonacci, the 50. Retracement to the trend line and the Fibonacci, and then I believe it's going to bounce off and then go long. So just like the pound yen, it's going to be bearish, and so I have a bearish bias with of course sentiment being bullish. So the other reason why I believe it's coming back down is because you see there is some divergence going on here. You see this is the high here. This is the high here, and then this is the high here, and this is, it's diverging. So that's that. And on the euro pound, we've basically got a bullish, very bullish candle here because of what happened with the rate decision on Thursday, and the pound was very weak. So could this actually be that bullish divergence that I was waiting for to see happen? As you can see, you've got this divergence here, and if I believe that it was going to eventually go long. Now, with that being said, I would say the only target that this would hit is 8,700. So up to there, up to that point. And the Aussie Kiwi. Let's see if I have to redraw anything. I probably do. Longer view here and back to here. Alright, so as you can see, it's in a very wide pennant wedge. It retraced to the zone that I was looking for, and it also entered this plotted market cycle going short. So right on the same day, it just went short, and so that's basically because of what happened with the rates. All right, it was short, and so it is going to continue to go short all the way until the end of the year. Most likely it will hit the 103 down here, and as you can see, that kind of lines up with this trend line over here, so that's pretty nice. I have a trade on that is supposed to see it go all the way down to here. I believe this is the, yeah, this is a small game. This is, of course, this is on demo, so you know, just review it for yourself. All right, and we've got neutral sentiment, but bearish bias. And that will do it for my weekly outlook for the 7th through the 12th, I believe. And let's get on to Trademiner, the trades of the week for Forex and for stocks. Okay, here we are with the Trademiner 5.0 trade of the week for Forex. We have the Euro Aussie, and We have a score of about 375. That's somewhere in the middle, but in a low probability. I picked this one just to show you what the neural network is basically saying about this trade. And I'll go to the chart and go ahead and take a look and see what it's setting up as far as it goes technically. All right. The win rate on this is 80%, so that's but I believe I've got 15 years of data at 80%. That this is 80%, so that's a very long track record. 15 years, wow. 80% of the time, this is basically going bullish. So that's why I picked this one, even though it says that that is low. All right. Next is Trademiner stocks, and we are bullish B&G Foods with 13 years of data, 80%. I'm sorry, that was the search parameters, but the win rate is 100%. Did I get that right? Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, all right. Yeah, the win rate on this is 100%, and so the probability on this one is high. All right, so 13 years, 100% over the last 13 years. That's incredible. All right, bullish. All right, and it's about 48 days for the trade of 1.19. Okay, risk to reward. And let's go to the charts and go ahead and take a look at what we're trading here. Okay, so we've got the Euro Aussie for this, trading from the, what was it, the 8th to the 19th. So the 8th to the 19th. Marking that off. Okay, scroll that across. There you go. And we've got on stocks, we've got B&G Foods. I don't think I have that all on there. Let's take a look. BGS. All right, and that's bullish, and wow, got a crazy bullish candle right after earnings that actually was a miss on the bottom and a surprise on I'm sorry, a surprise, a miss on the top and a surprise on the bottom. Okay, so it was a big bullish candle on Friday. All right, so I was most likely on Monday I'm going to go ahead and take this long, and tomorrow and once again on Monday, wait, let me make sure that I've got the time, the market cycle right. It's on November the 10th to December 27th. That's a long time frame. So November the 10th to December 27th. Let's see, November the 10th to December 27th. It goes a bit longer. It goes off the chart. Come on. Don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. Alright, so there we go. And it's all bullish. Okay. So with that, let's go take a look at what happened with some of the other trades that I basically took. Alright, so last week was the Swissy yen, right? And that closed out with a loss, $98 loss. I also took Paycom Paycom closed out with a loss. All right. Broadcom, on the other hand, closed out with a very nice gain. So you see right here, the Paycom lost 1,300. The Broadcom ended out with 2,220. All right, those are large positions though. Oh, you could take a tenth of that, and let's just say that we made about $222 and lost 134 on this one, and call it good. Okay. And also, right now, what we have on is a trade for the Euro Kiwi, the Aussie Kiwi. I don't know why I do that. The Aussie Kiwi, and this one right here is in the green, so we're going good on that one. Let's bring that up on the chart. Right, and it's going to close on November the 11th, and then Transdime is another trade that I took, and actually, interestingly enough, right on Monday, I believe that's right. Yep, Monday is the last day, and so far it is in the green. So some of these trade ideas are actually going pretty decent. So far so good. Let's see what it looks like on Monday, what the market actually does, because we had a pretty decent NFP that actually came out. So maybe on Monday it'll continue up further. Okay, so that will do it for my time. And knowledge is power. Be power hungry, and power to the people. This is Parsival, signing out.